Good morning, everybody. I'm here to talk to you about Common Core this morning. Common, out of Webster's Dictionary, says belonging equally to or shared by everyone or all. Core means Congress of Racial Equality. Standard is something established for use as a rule or basis for measure and comparison. Okay, Common Core Standards. Is anybody in here familiar with Common Core Standards? Common Core Standards was developed in 2009 and later released in 2010. In a matter of a short period of time, over 45 states adopted this Common Core standard, and without even hardly anybody even looking at it. They didn't even know what was involved in it. Okay, the Common Core standard follows Obama's Race to the Top, which also follows Bush's No Child Left Behind Act. All of these changes occurred within a matter of a 15-year period of time. So why all these changes, one might ask? Washington Post article called Everything That You Need to Know About Common Core by Diane Ravitch, who also gave a speech, pointed out some very, very important issues regarding Common Core. I was going to go in the area of the students, but I decided at the level we're at the college level that it would be more effective to go the route of future educators. So this is what I found interesting about what I read. Okay, Joe Klein and Condoleezza Rice, they chaired for the Council on Foreign Relations. After much decision, they had decided that the Common Core standard was needed to protect our national security. This boggles my mind. I don't understand this, and we'll look at it a little bit more, and here's why I don't understand it. To be an emergency that was going to protect our national security, it's going to be 12 years before any progress is even seen as to whether this is working or not. So how does this put a rush on the protection of our national security? So much for that. Joel Klein, Bill Gates, and Michelle Ray also decided that poverty and one's environment was not an excuse for students and their failing grades, that it had to be all because of bad teaching and bad teachers. Okay, Common Core Standards calls for rigorous testing of students, and if these students fail these grades at the end of these rigorous testing, which by the way is done every year and often done throughout the year, and these tests are standardized tests, and they're made by Pearson. But anyway, if the students fail these tests, it is blamed on the teacher, and the teacher could, at the end of the day, have to face the administration and possibly lose her job, or his job. So how is this fair? And I also would like to stress that how is this putting stress between the teacher and the student? To me, it would seem that if this teacher was coming to work every day and worrying whether or not her students were going to fail because she was going to lose her job, that this would create stress between them, and she would be a less effective teacher and would possibly be mad at her students all the time, and vice versa. Okay, to get personal, our speech class that we have right here, right now, had an additive that we were required to buy at the beginning of the semester, which was called the Speech Lab. It goes with the book that's made by Pearson. Okay, we all had to buy this as a part of the Common Core Standards. I don't think we all knew that it was part of Common Core Standards, but it was for a helping tool for teachers that just don't meet up to being great teachers, the way they see it. And Ms. Clark, I think you're a great teacher. Common Core is very vast, and it is full of political jargon, and like I said, and I could talk to you for days about the different aspects of it, and it's very, very hard to understand, and I don't think anyone knows really what's all involved in it, other than they want us to meet Asia at their standards of math because we just don't measure up. I don't know about you, but I don't really want to meet a communist country anywhere that they are, because they're forcing me to learn things that I don't want to learn. I'd rather have a good teacher to teach me things. So each of you were taught under a different system and different educational standards. So how does the Common Core Standard affect you as future educators today? Well, education as a whole affects everything, and our teachers give of themselves selflessly, so that generations to follow them may know what has been passed on and is important for you to know. I feel that Common Core takes away from the individuality of the educator, and it limits their ability to be an effective teacher. In closing, one teacher can change one person's entire life. They are not standard issue. They are as unique and individual and special as the children that they are teaching to lead their peers in life. If everyone and everything was all standard issue, the world would all boringly be the same. Thank you.